Hello, my name is Oonagh Fitzgerald, and I'd like to welcome you to this pop-up exposition entitled How to Make Art in Times of Global Crisis. This is part of my practice of transdisciplinary international law arts research creation, and in this particular exposition I'm focusing on making art, the challenge of making art when you're trying to address global crises and you want to gain some agency and do something positive. The first series is called Sketches of No Consequence, and here you see two oil paintings called Blood Tide 1 and 2. Sketches of No Consequence was thinking about the important law on dealing with conflict and humanitarian crisis and trying to think, how do we really get people to believe this stuff and start taking it seriously? How do we get to peace? How do we build peace among nations? This series here is asking what's in the UN Charter and what's not, and drawing and making art about my perceptions of this. I was looking at the first words of the UN Charter and the promise that they have, and to some extent how that promise has not been realized and the challenges that remain. I also do sculptures where I situate human forms in the environment, connect them, plants growing on a human head. This series is about climate vulnerability, people talking, discussing their relationship to the climate crisis and how they want to address it and be recognized in it. This is Jeanne Bach, made of bark. She's the heroine of the Anthropocene, an imaginary heroine, and people have written below their thoughts about what they think are the values that we need to survive and thrive in the Anthropocene. Over here we have the cloak of shredded hearts made from upcycled fabric. Here we have Ghost Tree, a painting in which I reflect on our relationship to past generations and future generations and our responsibility for the planet. This is a series in which I play courtroom reporter, recording hearings before the International Court of Justice. This is very important to me. I think the court plays a tremendous role in trying to get us to take international law seriously. It has no executive power, but really its power is its ability to persuade and to get people to discuss issues of international law in a rational way. So that's very important. This is Lines of Flight, inspired by Deleuze and Guattari's book, 1,000 Plateaus. These are emergent relations, masks made from recycled cardboard, again inspired by Deleuze and Guattari's idea of becoming. And another along that theme are these two images of birds, summer winds, 1 and 2, looking at depth. And in addition to the pop-up exposition, we had 2 workshops, one led by Sofia Boyadjian, and we focused that on crafting for human rights. The discussion was mostly about the Armenian genocide of 1915 and more recently. And we made this collaborative piece together. We also had a cartooning workshop led by Milani, and these are just a few of the sketches. You can see more of the sketches on Instagram. His idea was use the hand as a starting point for expressing something about the positive and the negative that the hand can reveal or express. So thank you again for joining me virtually, and see you around.